And here we are, back in the world of Tokenlad, featuring my butt. Noki fucking, I need to pull up the fucking character wheel. My butt, Noki Kisa, Ruben, Fred III, Carl, and Dude. So yeah, I feel as though we're almost at the end of this game, since we're all talking about how we're gonna go and fight some genie in a dark castle. So, actually, since I bought some items, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Once again, changing the file so that I was warned there's a soft lock for this game. Don't want to go ahead and activate that or anything. Let's get inside the giant. Indeed. I agree. Verily, I say. I just woke up, by the way. The previous video you saw was recorded literally yesterday night. This is recorded the very same morning. A mere 8 hours later. Come on, guys, let's move it. How do we do this again? This is all just a tad unsettling. Ready? That quiet guy. How does it feel, my butt? The seat has been customized to fit you. It's good to know the seat has been customized to fit my butt. I'm happy about that. Don't worry, it's easy to operate. Place your hands on the control spheres and picture the giant's movements. Is this joysticks? Alright. Sun Giant Lounge. I still want to know what Minotaur Joe wanted. Dome, open. Ugh, that was my alarm clock for years. That sound. Never been the same whenever I hear it. Always triggers some part of my brain that's like, oh god, now I have to wake up. Yeah. Hey, you won't miss it this time. Bitch of a robot to put together. Personally, I think it looks better with the eagles facing outwards. It looks like, I can't remember the name of it, but little shoulder cuffs. That, you know, you get in fancy suits. Now it just kind of looks stupid. But that's my opinion. Listen, my butt. The destination is Darkhaven Castle. Cut through the clouds now. Again, this is awesome. More of the game and the characters needed to be like Dude here. Or Osmond, or whatever his name actually is. Needed more characterization. Quickly, to the low texture earth. Oh yeah, this guy who we haven't seen since the first dungeon. The castle, it certainly has changed. Put a shirt on, hippie. Those are seriously just shoulders. Seda, what do you plan to do? Simba! Really? Simba? Simba. What are you doing here? Alright, it's shoulders and a back, to be fair. That's my line. It is you who's unexpected here. You have changed. Well, maybe you're a little older. Of course, it's been 400 years. So you've been living in this age, using the forbidden spell. Yes, I've thought about it and came up with an idea for defeating him. An idea for defeating him? First, my plan was to acquire Steve. But in this age, I realized it didn't have the power to seal the genie. Ah, shit. Since that's what I've been doing. Then I met him. Him? You mean my butt? Yes, one look and I knew. My butt has something I no longer have. I thought I could defeat the Dark Genie with it. I was wondering what happened to you. Again, he should have been in like a couple more scenes than this. End of the first dungeon, just saying. Sorry, I'm drinking a drink here. So I've led him by only leaving treasures in his path. Led him on by leaving treasures in his path. Have you? Well, well, you helping others? Helping others? No, that's not it. I just want to settle this cursed fate on my own. In a few days, he will completely take over my mind. I have things to do before that happens. Soon my butt will arrive at this castle. Before he does, open the door to the past, the day and moment. So now there's a level in the past. You know, the opening to the game makes it look like we're riding on Dran for this. This cloud's pretty darn thick. That makes it look like we're riding on Dran, that dude from the first dungeon for this. I like that it's a giant robot from the moon instead. It's way more interesting. Wonder how deep it goes. Boss, I see a way through. What? Seriously, what? Oh, by the way, there's construction going on at my apartment, so I apologize in advance in the event that you hear that picked up in the recording. It's not my room that's being worked on, it's the rooms around me. That's Darkhaven Castle. Darkhaven Castle. That's quite something. And there's Flipsidine McStubelbish, or whatever his stupid fucking name was. It was so, like, just such a lame name. Gilgashnurg Dibblesnips. There it is. We're quite something coming all this way. Or my name isn't Twirly Stish McFizzlebop. Now then, monster, let's play. Ugh. Ugh, that's a little unsettling. Then I remember his name is Stoopy Cakes McFizzlebaz. I like adding Mick. So, yeah, it's less settling. Or less unsettling. Is it the full-on final battle vibe? Is the game seriously going to end with a giant robot fight versus a genie? Because that's rad. I take back a lot of my complaints about this game if it gives me a giant robot versus genie fight. Drink's done. So this could be it for us, huh? Jeez, man, don't go and jinx us. That guy. Okay, my butt, we're in. Boss, look right in front of us. Why was I not looking at that? Well, well, look at that. Here it comes, commence attack. Alright, my butt, it's your turn, don't blow it. QTE time? I imagine it's just going to be a QTE, if it is a fight. It's unlikely they'll let me have full control over the robot. Twirling towards freedom. Goodness me. Oh shit. Yeah, if I were the genie, I'd be a little, even if I am a genie with dark power that can eat cities and shit, that thing jumped in front of me, I'd hesitate a bit. Watch yourself, no kidding. We just punted him. Also, how come I can't do this? It's not getting around. Well, no shit, genie. Come on, at least as a QTE, I should be doing this, man. This would be awesome. Wow, hey, that hurt. That made me really upset. I'm not pulling punches anymore. Flag. Can I just kill it now? Go for it. Where is Flag, like, riding on his shoulder and I just can't see him? And with the time that took to get to you, I feel like you could have dodged it. You got me angry, monster. Only got yourself to blame. Yeeky kiki. Eh? Unscathed. Moon technology, bitch. Not even a scratch. It's not gonna work against this giant. Now it's our turn. You guys ready? Sun cannon. Fire. Yeah, this would be so cool. if I had full control. I'd settle for QTE. But, like, as a cutscene, I just feel robbed, you know? What on? What? Oh! Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Mission accomplished. We destroyed the Dark Genie. It better not have been the end. I'm gonna be seriously upset if that was the end. Alright. Snizzlebit Topsy Cakes flew! Well, in the end, a mouse is just a mouse. What you'd call the genie was this little one. Oh. So, it was a decoy? Lucky little rodent that found its way into the urn while I was still imprisoned. What? Its mere proximity allowed it to absorb tremendous magical power. So... But obviously it was poor material for the power. Your easy victory over it is proof of its limitations. The boy riding that overgrown tin can must be the keeper of the Steve. Do you remember me, boy? No, but then when we last met, I did not look like this. I mean, kind of did. The eyes were just different. What? That's the same dude? Oh man, they're throwing crazy plot twists at us. Plot twists at us. Fucking... oh man. Dizzle Snaz Fizz Widget's here. He was that guy the whole time? Well done. Or is he the evil version of that guy? Oh, we have no tangible physical form. I used this fool's body. The fool broke the urn spell, blinded by greed. And the mouse was to be my instrument through this fool to bring about the world's end. Okay. But enough with the sharing of secrets. Do you understand now? This long game was fun, but now I want it. So the genie was nothing. That was just a mouse. This is the true bad guy. Snizzle Sizz. Schnizzle Sniz. He's got a stupid name. Do you catch my drift? I'm running out of material. Towel Face Stupid Butt. That's his name. Listen well, Steve boy. I will rule this land. Create an ideal world. Roll Fizzlebeef. An immaculate Eden where darkness rules. Now you will truly understand power. My power. The real Dark Genie's power. Your education begins. What's that? Yikes. Ah, that's not good. Die. No, various moon rabbit friends. Aw. Hope they're alright. What? What is he doing with his arms? The body of this man cannot handle the power. I've broken my own arms. Damn you, body of Kababasnabashtibug. Typical humans are so fragile. Well, that's that. I must seek a new host. Oh, that guy's dead now. Arrgh. Ooh. You're telling me the true enemy in Dark Cloud was Dark Cloud itself? Ah, here's Dran. Hey, what about the other dudes? What? You? What kind of rescue you call this? Did you abandon the others? Yeah, good point. Don't worry about it. They're probably all caught in that thick layer of cloud below me. I'll take care of them. I mean... that seems like a convenient way to brush them under the rug. We don't have time for that now. We've got to hurry to Darkhaven Castle. Genie's weakened, but it won't last long. This is probably our only shot. Alright, so we do ride on Dran. Still though, if Giant Moon Robot couldn't do it, and again, that should have been a QTE at the very least. I would want full control. I would settle for QTE. There's no excuse for it not letting me, you know, at least have button prompts during that sequence of events. Just being a cutscene like that was lame. Go on, my nuts. That monster's a fierce one. Keep your wits about you. Sure would be useful if me, the Bigfoot, Minotaur Joe, and even Insane Ghost Witch were to show up and help you, but later. This is all we can do. I was like a Minotaur Joe. You know, of all the bosses, Dran and Bigfoot, you know, were driven mad. I don't know what's over here. I can't enter edit mode. Shockingly. You know, Dran and Bigfoot were driven mad by the genie's presence. General evilness. That was just a big empty fucking courtyard, isn't it? The witch was like kind of a leftover demon from years and years ago. Joe he was just a dude. Wanted to fight. That's funny to me. Anyways, into the dark castle. Nothing in the courtyard. Why'd they make it that big if there's just nothing? I guess if it were smaller, you'd be hearing me go, God, this is a tiny-ass courtyard, isn't it? Also, how did the one dude get here? The Fairy King, yeah, that dude. The Fairy King can, like, teleport around and shit, but this dude... I was waiting for you to look over at me. That's right, I still haven't found the middle part of my shirt. I knew you'd come, I knew you'd make it. He was born here in this castle long, long ago. This is where the 400-year-old nightmare began. And the monster was created by me. Wow, you're a dick. 'Twas 400 years ago. The terror of the East and the West were still at war. I was the king of the East. I fought in the West to defend the people. Those damn Westerners wanted us to wear full shirts. Madness, I tell you. The scope of the war grew, and at last, the pivotal battle to decide the destiny of the kingdom began. They approached me and said, "Your manly chest is making us feel inferior. We demand you wear a shirt," and I wasn't having that. To war I went, pressed by the wizard's army of the West. I had to make a decision. I could see our defeat on the horizon. A dark lord came to me with a deal. If the blood of a witch is mixed into a human body, a terrible power is born. If you use this power, your victory is assured, he said. He probably used me as an experiment to see if the effect of mixing... Hi, Train. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Train? Ah, I see. Go on. Fascinating. Anyways. Oh, for God's sakes. No idea if that's getting picked up or not. To see what terrible power it would create. You know when a Dark Lord approaches you and says when the blood of a witch mixes with a human, you get a terrible power? I don't take him up on the deal. That Dark Lord needs to work on his sales pitch, alright? I had to make a decision to protect the people of my kingdom. You could make a treaty, you know? Solve it diplomatically. My magical power grew 100 times over. It was a terrifying... Sorry, I just woke up. Terrifying force. I used that force and destroyed the army of the West. But I had a price to pay in the dark blood that ran through my veins. And not long after that, there was an instant, a tragic one. My heart, filled with grief, began to change. Something was born inside me. It grew great and frightening and finally emerged. Its power was absolute. No one could stop it. That's a stupid picture. He's just like, whoa! There's a bunch of purple shit coming out of him. Its blind fury burnt even the countries of the East. This how Genie was born. I've searched feverishly for ways to erase my error, the Dark Genie. See, back then I wore a shirt. That was my first mistake.